What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Pointasaur coming to you with the first episode of my review show. Yeah, this is what I like to call my Red Room. I'm giving y'all a look into how I do things a little bit. Nah, not really. I'm probably going to try to do some safe for work reviews of some of my favorite flicks. You know how we used to call them back in the day. Flicks that I've got a chance to check out. One of the first ones I'm doing is pretty special. Went to Fantasy's nightclub in Baltimore and saw the one and only Kaden Cross live, and she gave me a copy of Sunlit to review, and I was like, really? She's a sweetheart. If you ever get a chance to go see her, please do. One of the nicest people in the world. What's going on, Kaden? So today I'm coming at you with a review of Sunlit, which is why I tried to get to the most sunlit area in my place. I'm gonna try to show you the cover here without, you know, getting flagged or anything like that. But there you go, Sunlit. The movie has a pretty good cast, you know, and Kaden did her thing the first time around. I just realized I'm recording on my phone. Okay, so other than that, let's see what we have in the cast here. We have Eva Lovia, Valentina Nappi, Anna Fox, who I love, Elsa Jean, love those petite girls as well, Carly Gray, fine as hell, the one and only Mr. Shawn Michaels, Manuel Ferreira, that one without saying, I mean, it is the woman's husband and she's directed the movie, and Jay Savage, who I'm not too familiar with, but homeboy did his thing in the movie. He got to be with Valentina Nappi in the first scene. So I'm going to take this scene by scene and explain to y'all what I liked, what I didn't like. Not too much that I didn't like, but there were a few things. And give you a nice little rating at the end. So first scene, first let me start. She definitely used the sun to her advantage. You could tell that she had an idea, Kaden that is, had an idea in her head how she wanted to shoot each scene. And it turned out pretty well. She used the sun to her to get certain angles. Sometimes she had to change the camera off, but I also like how she used this small guitar riff in the background to make you feel like this was a early Saturday morning or early Saturday afternoon with couples together, and what usually happens when couples are together and things are going on. And to me, the movie took this transition of, even though it was different couples, of a relationship and how it goes. And in the first one, which had the first part, which had Jay Savage and Valentina Nappi, or Nappi, I know I'm butchering the name. It was like this couple that just started dating mainly, and they always wanted to be together. They had been out. She focused on like this bike ride, and they got together. They wake up and they just have sex. That's just how it goes. Everybody's been there before. You know that. Let's stay together, bed weather. But it said it's a nice sunny day, and before you get started, you want to knock it out a little bit. And these two have good chemistry together. They had a nice scene. I think there might have been a little what in the butt at one point, which I was surprised at. And I do like the fact that Kaden didn't shy away from certain taboos in the industry. She didn't cover up tattoos. She didn't. She put, as they say, IR in the movie. She just expressed different couples doing different things and having fun. So I think this was a very progressive movie for such a big name in the industry to not let little tropes and little ideas of way scenes should be shot stop her from making the movie she wanted to. So I give Kaden that. That was definitely, it deserved this award. If you didn't know, it won an XBiz award. So the scene was real good. Ended with a nice little shot. And what surprised me is that after the pop shot at the end, they just lay there in the bed and go to sleep. Many of us probably have. What they say, you lay there in a wet spot. Next up, you had Mr. Manuel Ferreira and I want to say Eva Lovia. They had a good scene together. Now this is the scene that all of the more hardcore fans of porn are gonna like. This one was very rough. This focused on a couple that was probably having problems. They hadn't spent any time together, both went their own separate ways, and then came back together to, you know, hash it out like we do sometimes. You gotta have that, not angry, but that passionate sex. And they went they went everywhere. These two were on top of each other and just had a good freaking time. I was pleasantly surprised at that scene. Wasn't expecting the way that they had set up the other part. I thought the scene wasn't going to go like that, but if you are more of the hardcore, I guess, scene lover, this is the one you have. The first scene, there wasn't too much talking. It focused on the sounds of the two being together. This one, they're both talking back and forth together, like, that's what you like, a lot of dirty talk. That was actually really good. So, another solid scene. Third scene focused on as the one and only Mr. Shawn Michaels, a legend in the game. The beautiful, beautiful Anna Fox, rocking the fro. Loved it. I mean, had dreams of a freaking Coffee Brown and old school Pam Grier going through my head, seeing her rocking that thing. And their whole scenario is just a couple that want to try threesome, or maybe have tried threesome in the past, and they just talk about this girl that Anna had bumped into, and I love the fact that as they're talking, you see Elsa Jean, and Elsa Jean is trying on these different outfits because they're trying to figure out what she looks like and what she might be into. So she's wearing like a little fur coat at one point, and she's wearing like a bikini, and then all of a sudden, as they're talking, Elsa's there. But this is all a fantasy for them. This is, like I said, this is a progression of a couple that you started out great, you had some problems, now you're trying to bring something into it to keep the relationship going, and they just had a good time together. And bringing Elsa, this is the first threesome we've seen. So Elsa is on top of Sean most of the time, while Anna is on top of Sean's face. Sean was a very lucky man in this one. Then they switch off and they take turns, and they go down on him, and he goes down on them, and it's just a whole kerfuffle of stuff going on, which I love. And this is probably my favorite scene out of the whole thing. I love a good threesome. Love anytime you get to see good performers performing together. Elsa is a pleasure to watch no matter every time. Anna always brings in. Shawn Michaels hasn't been in the game as long as he has, without being, a consummate performer. I hope I said that right. And finally, this goes to the last scene. This is probably my only qualm with the whole movie. And then we have the last scene, which is Manuel Ferrera with Carly Gray. Carly Gray is beautiful. The girl has a body that goes on for days. I mean, those breasts. Oh my God. Whew. I've never been more jealous of Manuel in my life, and he's married to Caden. So that shows you something about her beauty. This is, like I said, the end part of the relationship where the other partner is finally leaving and giving up, and they're going out. I don't know if that's, again, this is my interpretation of what I saw, but it all focused with this sunny, happy backdrop and music, but it wasn't necessarily something happy that was happening. Carly's leaving. Manuel comes back. She's already got all her stuff packed up, and they decide to have that one last romp before he goes, and these two go at it. They have a good probably 15 to 20 minute scene. They're doing everything. Manuel actually pops off twice in the scene. So pops off one time and goes right back into doggy style with Carly. It ends off with her taking it in the face, taking it in the mouth. And what got me about the end is that when he tries to go to the hug for her, she just kind of scoots to the left and then leaves. And that was it. That's where the movie ends. So it kind of makes you think, like, okay, there's not always going to be a happy ending in a relationship. Sometimes it does just end weird. It was an interesting ending. Like I said, I had a problem with the movie. I'm more of a more hardcore fan, so the scenes weren't all that hardcore. But I did love the fact that not every scene had talking in it. Some scenes just used the sounds of the couple. And I wouldn't have used Manuel twice. I got why she did it. It's her husband. Of course, she's going to use him twice. But when I'm saying her husband, I'm pretty sure he's her husband. I know that they've been together for years. I'm going to say husband. If I'm incorrect, I know you're going to comment below and let me know that I said something wrong here, either the name or pronounced something wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's her husband. But it's her husband. He's going to be in the scene twice. And like I said, if it's going to be a more of a hardcore thing, that's more my style. That's more what I've been watching in the last, God, who knows how many years. But to me, she made the perfect movie. If you want to bring your significant other, your girlfriend into to watching porn, this is the movie you want to show them. This will give them ideas. This is a passionate movie. You slip this on. Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm just saying, if they're not into it, you're like, oh, let me show you this though. This isn't the crazy hardcore all over the face girls spitting left and right type of scene. This is the more passionate love making, let's be a couple type of stuff that could bring somebody into it. But she put a little bit of the more passionate, more rough stuff in, just to give her an idea of it. So I commend her for that. If you like that type of movie, definitely go check out Sunlit. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I probably am. I'm glad that I got this. I don't know if I would have necessarily bought the movie, but I'm also single. But if I had a girlfriend, yes, I definitely would own this movie and we would have this thing on replay. So I'll leave it at that. I bid you all adieu, and I see you all next time. Bye.